Welcome to Wilson Performance Oval. So as you can see, we've got our ice figures for display before the seniors. Just got a major announcement. Stephen Wilcox, who played 200 games with Good, he went to umpiring, and he's actually umpiring and played his 500 games ago, which is pretty huge. So Stephen gave a lot to his footy club, and then he's come out and umpiring. So this is 500 games of umpiring and playing footy. So I don't think we're allowed to use it today because of that. As you know, I've already talked about all the other milestones. Josh Stafford, 150 club games. Jack Thomas, 150 club games. And Jack Kevin, age 200. Just don't forget our major raffles for tonight. The first prize is $10,000 Harvey Lawn voucher. Plus it's 16 other tickets or prizes, sorry. And if you're interested, we have tickets for one of the bar for about $50. Thank you.
Company NWFL senior game, and that will be live streamed today through AFL Tasmania against the Penguin 2 Blues versus Circular Head Saints here from Dial Park Complex in Penguin. Our umpires today as they enter the field. Senior umpires for the men's, Caden Winwood, Daniel Wilcox and Ben Strong will be our field umpires. Our boundary umpires will be Jamison Gale, Mackenzie Tyrrell and Chonty Sherlock. And goal umpires today, Stephen Wilcox and Lachlan Hardstaff. Result from the development game that has just finished. You can see on the screen we've got a bit of the Oz kickers out there at the moment under the tutelage of Kane Davin from Penguin Football Club. Having a bit of a wow of a time. We saw the Penguin 2 Blues take out the game quite convincingly by 45 points. 11-11-77. The Penguin 2 Blues defeated Circular Head Saints 5-2-32. And at the back end of that game, we saw one of the stalwarts, Tyrone Johnny Morrison from Circular Head, being chaired off the ground. I think that might have been his last game. Former senior player at Smithton, long-serving servant, as well as being a player for the Burnie Dockers in the State League and also formerly the NTFL. Represented the NWFL on numerous occasions, and we say thank you for his service. Weather here today at Penguin at Dial Park. We have a top of 14 degrees, but it's already busted through that. It's 15.5 degrees currently. It's the wind's coming from the southwest, 24 kilometres an hour at the moment. So if you're looking at the screen, it's coming effectively from the right of screen down towards the pocket where the cars are right up against the boundary, not levelled on the hill, so grandstand side of the ground, and it'll be pushing right across towards the scoreboard side or the light tower on the left of screen on the far side of the ground. So effectively a diagonal, so there will be a slight edge towards the northern end of the ground where the Penguin 2 Blues are currently making their way as part of their warm-up. Late change to, or addition to the Play HQ team sheets for the Circular Head men, and number 35, Jock Niop, is an addition to the team today. So Jock Niop will be playing. Apart from that, both men's sides for both the Circular Head Saints and the Penguin 2 Blues are named as per listing in Play HQ. Last time these two teams met, it was a convincing win to Penguin. In the end, however, they had to come from behind, but they ended up winning by a margin of 39 points. 15-18, 108, the Penguin 2 Blues. Circular Head Saints 10-9, 69. Goal kickers for the 2 Blues on that day, Jack Templeton, he kicked 6. Big figurehead up forward. Connor Plunkett, Will Dutton both had 2. Tommy Searle, Warwick Pert and Cody Bonner and Robbie Morrison were our single goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues. For Circular Head Saints, Cameron Johns kicked 3. Mason Brown and Lucas Lardner both kicked 2. PK Byer, Matt Elliott and Boom Quang also slotted a single major each for the Circular Head Saints. Better players on the ground for both sides for the last player, which is round 11. I mentioned going to the Penguin 2 Blues were the following. For the Penguin 2 Blues, captain Jay Van Essen, Robbie Morrison, Jack Templeton obviously with his 6 majors, Will Huxtable, Connor Plunkett and Lockie Blakemore. Fullback for the Penguin 2 Blues. For Circular Head Saints, young son of a gun, Mason Brown, part of the Tasmanian Devils under 18 contingent. Tommy Charles, the ruckman, Lucas Lardner, Brody Knight, Malachi Sheen, and playing coach, Mr. Liam Davies. Currently with the ladder position, this is a big game for the Penguin 2 Blues. They are sitting on after 15 games, 34 points with 8 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. Percentage of 123.22. And where does that make them currently on the ladder 4th position. So if they win today, they put themselves in the opportunity to move into 3rd position and have the opportunity for the double chance. If they draw, they'll be on the same points as Wynyard with a superior percentage, one suggests, because at the moment Wynyard are looking at 112 as opposed to the Penguin at 123. So at the minute, they've got it all to play for. However, if they don't win and Wynyard win, they will sew up 3rd position. Penguin would most likely, would then stay in 4th position and hold the elimination final next week. If the Burnie Dockers win today against Wynyard, they would move to 36 points and they have a superior percentage, and they would then move to 3rd position if Penguin lost. And it'd be very close with regards to the percentage between Penguin and Burnie for that 3rd position. So they need to deal with the controllables today to the Penguin 2 Blues and make sure that they get the 4 points and put themselves in the firing line for the opportunity to host or to get the double chance next week. But if Wynyard win, then they will definitely be hosting the elimination final, and one would imagine that would be here at Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. A couple of the players that we're looking to dominate today's proceedings. Obviously, as I mentioned before, Jay Van Essen being the captain for the Penguin 2 Blues, right up there in the Advocate Player of the Year award. No doubt he's going to be strongly positioned when it comes to the Darryl Baldock medal, which will be held in around about 3 weeks' time at the Burnie Arts and Function Centre. Carmichael Peters Chapman, the young 18-year-old for the Penguin 2 Blues. Very solid figure. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. He'll be number 19. And up front, they're looking at the big fella in Jack Templeton. He is going to be a key target throughout the course of today's proceedings. The circular head men, can't go past their coach, playing coach, Mr. Liam Davies. He will hold the key through the middle of the ground, there's no doubt about that. Jamar Jackson, number 22, son of the president, Mr. Grant Jackson. We're looking forward to seeing him and having a chat at half-time here today. Along with their ruckman, Mr. Tommy Charles, who is currently the vice-captain. He is going to figure prominently, no doubt, coming up against a number of the players like your Nyan Jock, the Sudanese players from the Circular Head Saints. We're about to get underway here. Stream from Dial Park. The Penguin take it away. Handball. Well received, taken there by Clayton Campbell, wrapped up in a tackle. Came from Warwick Purton. And we will have the ball up just forward of the centre for the Penguin 2 Blues. Brown wins the tap. Purton again. Handball back to Brown. Brown goes inside forward 50. De Groot gets his hands to the footy. Then his boot to the ball. They're able to pick it up, Penguin. A release by hand again. Comes out to Jackson. Again by hand. Back to Purton. Pushes off one. Gets a handball released. Templeton shrugs one tackle, shrugs two, jumps on his left, kicks across the body, but it's across the face, and it's one behind. It's the first score of the game. And the first 40 seconds. And one behind goes to Jack Templeton. 6 goals last time these two teams played. Last game for the Circular Head Saints today for the season. It's been a good season for them. Target there was your Nyan Jock. Unable to take it, but he wraps up the Penguin player in the tackle, and he's been awarded the free kick. And that was on Josh Pren. So 9 jock. Seen these boys have enjoyed their time down here in Tasmania. Looks like they might be staying. His kick goes astray, lands in the hands of Van Essen. Plays on. Towards centre forward. Purton. Ball comes to ground. They pick it up to Penguin. They kick inside forward 50. That came through the service of Peters Chapman. No one able to clear. We're going to have a ball up northern end of the ground. Deep inside the forward 50 for the Penguin 2 Blues. They lead. One behind. Circular Head Saints yet to score. Purton dives on top of the footy. 9 jock knocks it out. They're able to release through Davies. The Saints heading towards the boundary. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Nine jock and Brown. No one able to touch from the throw in. Wind playing a little bit of havoc. Circular head release. Kick towards half forward. Tommy Charles picks it up. Handballs to a teammate. Oh, he's wrapped up in a tackle. Not holding the ball, says the umpire. They're through a chain of handballs. They've got options here. They come lateral. And it falls in the hands of Bray Gardner, the captain. He slows it down. He's got options. Oh, kicks short, small. Towards Davies. Davies under pressure. Inside forward 50. But he's got hit across the shoulder and he will receive the free kick from the 50-metre arc. Looks like Clayton Campbell giving that kick away. Kicks inside forward 50. Mark. No, it's a push out. That might be Byer. And Jace Little gets the free. They release Penguin. Kick goes astray. It's out of bounds on the full. That's poor by the 2 Blues. Farrelly, I think, was the kicker there. Mohammed kicks inside forward 50. 9 jock takes the mark. Has a shot on goal. Not a bad effort. I think he's got there. Penguin don't get their hands on the footy, and that's the first goal of the game. The big fella, 9 jock, kicks the first major. They lead by 5 points to the Circular Head Saints. So at the 4-minute mark, Circular Head Saints 1 straight goal to Penguin 1 behind. Been prominent early, the big fella, Sudanese. BK Byer playing at centre half forward. Also been a target up front. Penguin haven't been clean with the football. Made some skill errors. Brown takes the ball out of the ruck, loses it, and wraps up the Smithton player. That being Lardner in a tackle. And right in the centre square, we'll repeat the dosage. Clearance by Brown this time. Boot to ball, inside forward 50. Tumbles end over end. Mohammed first to the football. Diving on top of him is Penguin player in Purton. We'll have a ball up. Just inside the forward 50 for the Penguin 2 Blues, far side of the ground. No push out, according to the umpire. And we'll have another ball up. Good follow up there by Byer. Purton gets his foot to the ground, foot to the ball. Out in front. Is that de Groot? I think it is. Touches with his hands back to himself, kicks across the shoulder, and he gets the first major for the Penguin 2 Blues. So they take the lead by the smallest of margins. They go to 1-1-7, the Penguin 2 Blues. To Circular Head Saints, 1 straight goal. Changes are plenty. Brady Knight coming on for Matt Elliott. Damien Barker also entering the field and heading down to the back line for Smithton Circular Head Saints. Replacing Kaylin Oates. Ball back in the middle. 9 jock. Brown. His agility picks the footy up. Releases the football to Campbell. Campbell inside forward 50. Taking the mark. Uncontested. It's the big fella, Jack Templeton. He kicked 6 last time. Got them back in the game. Was a real focal point for them at the Smithton Recreation Grounds. We see Cameron Brown come off the ground. And somewhat influential start of this game. We're 6.5 minutes in. And he's had a reasonable impact, being replaced by Tommy Searle. If he's got his kicking boots on, Jack Templeton could be really dangerous today. Kicks from about 35. Execution not up to the standards. That's his second behind. 1-2-8. The Penguin 2 Blues lead Circular Head Saints. 1 straight goal. Kick in, interesting. It's been chopped off there by Penguin. Top of the 50-metre arc. Rod Morrison kicks inside, straightens it back up. Drop of the ball was Ethan Jackson. No one able to take the mark. Top of the goal square. Handball. Goes to Tommy Searle. Looks like he's kicked his first for the day. Just coming onto the ground. He'd be pretty happy with that, replacing Cameron Brown. And he's a recipient of a goal early in proceedings here today. So they move to 2-2-14. Penguin 2 Blues leading Circular Head Saints 1 straight goal. 7.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. Clearing again was Penguin 2 Blues from the centre, taking a diving mark at 35 to 40 metres out. He's their figurehead in Jack Templeton. Need to get more control in the centre to Circular Head Saints. Starting to become dominant. Penguin 2 Blues. Matty Elliott looks like he's just changed with Malachi Sheen. He's come onto the ground. So kicking from about 45. That looks a bit better by the figurehead. He's pretty happy with his work. And that's his first of the day. So it's 1-2 to Jack Templeton. So they move to 3-2-20 in the blink of an eye, leading the Circular Head Saints 1 straight goal. So 14 points the difference here at Dial Park. As we tick over to the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. Charles into the ruck this time. Against de Groot. Ball comes out. Van Essen. Great tackle there. Applied by Jamar Jackson. He'll receive the free kick. Incorrect disposal there by Jay Van Essen. So Jackson kicks towards Elliott. Unable to take the mark. Ball to ground. BK by. Not pushed in the back, says the umpire. Knight dives on the footy. Gets his handball out. Received by Penguin. Kick across the body. And receiving the free kick will be Circular Head Saints. Centre wing position. Now kick inside, forward 50. Not able to take the mark was Lardner. Ball comes out towards half forward. Getting there first, Bonner. It's a good kick down the line. They receive the footy. Now it's in the hands of Morrison from Farrelly. His kick's been chopped off there by Mohammed. His handball. He's trying to go to Neop. Missed the target. The kick inside forward 50 by the 2 Blues. Not a push in the back according to the umpire. And the person that's going to receive the football in controversial circumstances is number 6, Clayton Campbell. And he's kicked. He's run into an open goal and kicked his first. And that's their fourth. We'll just have a look at the replay. Mohammed, Neop misses the footy. Inside forward 50 they go. Not a push in the back, says the umpire, on Austin Perry. And Clayton Campbell is the recipient of the fourth goal for the Penguin Football Club. So they go to 4-2-26. 20 points in arrears of the Circular Head Saints who kicked the first goal. Through Jock. Not from your 9, Jock. This time, Saints move it to half forward. No one able to win the footy cleanly. Diving on is Plunkett. Back to Huxtable. Comes out. They're able to kick the ball inside forward 50 to the two Blues. Circular head though, able to defend resolutely. And they're wrapped up in a tackle by Jack Templeton, the full forward. So 4 goal kickers, single goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues. Nathan Jackson, the coach, captain coach, would be pretty happy with how things are playing out. As we see Nine Jock come back onto the ground. Looks like he's replacing BK Byer. Elliott. Play on, says the umpire. His kick goes astray. It's marked by Jackson. Centre wing. Plunkett finds his target. Inside forward 50. Kicks. Made the distance, but to the near side. And that's another behind. The Penguin 2 Blues, 4-3-27. Behind there to the captain and Jay Van Essen. On the scoreboard side of the ground is the defensive measure for circular head Saints. They get it to half back, and we'll get a ball up. Umpires today, as I mentioned before, Winwood, Wilcox and Strong. No one able to clear. Ball goes across the boundary line. And we have a boundary throw in there by Mackenzie Tyrrell. Ryan Jock against Brown. Brown picks the ball up off the ground. They feed it by hand. Bonner on the end of it, unable to take it cleanly. Circular head, pick it up. Handball's released. Goes to ground. And Penguin are going to receive the free kick. Centre wing position. Down the line they go, looking for Templeton. Punched by Brown. Brown kicks the ball forward. Penguin, cross centre wing, in the hands of Brown. Feigns a handball. Uses his right boot, finds his target. Kick on the left, inside forward 50. Looking for Templeton. Good contest between him and his opponents. Are able to release. Hands of Elliott. Out wide. Well done by the Saints. They get it to half forward. Missed their target. Easily mopping up. Penguin. And they find the target. Captain Jay Van Essen, centre of the ground. 27 plays 6. Releases by hand. Kick. Finds O'Donnell. Plays on. He's looking for Templeton. Kick goes awry. Templeton's got a bit of work to do. Over the back. He's unable to pick it up. Goes to ground. Going to be holding the ball, umpire. No, they say. Play on. Fights again. Jumps on top of it. Wraps the circular head player up in a tackle. And we'll have a ball up again. Deep inside. Circular head. Forward 50. Grandstand side of the ground. Going to run across the boundary. No, it's still in. Purton. Back to Templeton. Kick smothered. Good smother there by Perry. Dives on top of the football. Another ball up. Four 3-27, the 2 Blues. 1 straight 6. Circular head Saints. Still inside the forward 50. for the Two Blues. Shot on goal by Van Essen, goes right across the face. It's out of bounds on the full, says Mackenzie Tyrrell. And Circular Head will receive the free kick. Waste no time. Go forward. Elliott. Oates. Up and under kick towards centre wing. His teammate under the pump. Little by hand. To a running teammate. Like that was O'Donnell. Inside forward 50. Ball goes across the boundary line. We'll get another boundary throw in. 17 minutes gone. 4-3-27. The Penguin Two Blues leading Circular Head Saints. One straight goal. Pico by winning the ruck tap. Comes down. A free kick's being paid to the Penguin Two Blues. It's in the hands of Will Huxtable. So beyond his distance. It's a good looking kick, but it's to the near side. And it's one behind. 4-4-28. So Penguin Two Blues, 1 goal 6 the Saints. 22 points the margin. Favour of the Two Blues. Hands of Elliott. Right hand they feed. Kick forward to space. Good defensive pressure by the Penguin Two Blues. They're coming through. Campbell. Van Essen. Back to Campbell. Finds his target. Peters Chapman. He goes inside forward 50. They're taking a good mark was Neop. Goes wide. Finds Byer. Barker. And he's left. Kick almost intercepted by Penguin. Picking up Little. Jackson. Knight dives in on top of the football, wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says to give it to me. We'll have a ball up just inside the forward 50, almost directly in front of goal for the Penguin Two Blues. I'd say 90% of the play has been held centre forward for the Penguin Two Blues. Fast start by the Circular Head Saints. Tommy Charles comes back on, vice captain for the Circular Head Saints. We've got a player down on the far side of the ground. He's changed there with Hamish Arnold, the young fellow from Circular Head. Can't quite pick up who that player is on the ground for the Circular Head Saints, but it looks like they're bringing the stretcher out. Two teams just congregating together. As the Circular Head player is removed from the ground. And Charles brings the stretcher back to Scott Blizzard from the Circular Head Saints. One hopes that's not Matt Elliott for the Circular Head Saints, one of their prime movers. Former coach, playing coach down at Circular Head. He'll be replaced by current playing coach. And possibility for Darryl Baldock medal this year. Liam Davies. It's Brody Knight, I think, that's coming on from the field. It's a good sign. He's able to walk off under his own, with a little bit of support, not quite under his own steam. It looks like it could be a knee complaint from what he suggested as he came across the interchange. So the fact that he's come across the interchange means that he'll be able to come back on if they deem it's nothing too severe. So it's been a slight delay, 3 to 5 minutes. The proceedings back underway. Ball up just inside the forward 50, 28 plays 6, in favour of the two Blues. No one able to really clear. Comes to Jackson. Jackson on his left, inside forward 50. Good defensive punch there by a young man playing centre half forward, centre half back for the Circular Head Saints. Son of a gun, Mason Brown. Boundary throw in. Result. Mohammed by hand. Doesn't hit the target. Goes in front of Gardner and the ball goes out of bounds. Liam Davies trying to organise the Circular Head Saints players. Able to clear. There's a kick there by a Circular Head player inside the cluster, and it's gone out of bounds on the full from the boundary throwing. So Penguin will be the recipient. Kick inside forward 50. Targets Templeton. Goes over his head. The back was Morrison. Jackson diving. No free kick given. Ball still just being knocked through or forward. And a kick off the ground by Penguin. Number of the players in orange boots. And that was Mr. Peters Chapman. So for one behind. They move to 29. 4-5-29. By 23 points they lead the Circular Head Saints. One straight goal. That's a good mark by Peters Chapman. Young man. Looks strong. Blakemore goes around the outside. Chooses not to use him. Kicks inside forward 50. What a dart. Great pass. Good lead up too by Cody Bonner. Kicking from around about 35 to 40 metres. On a slight angle. We're right behind it here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. That wind will be right behind him as well. Let's see what he can do, young man. Lays back on it. And it stays right. At the distance. Fifth behind scorer for the two Blues. They come out grandstand side. Centering position now. Sheehan knocks the ball forward. Dives back on top of it. They hold it up. They need to reset now to the Circular Head Saints. Down by 24 points. 4 goals in arrears. Brown tries to take it out with one hand. Byer on top of him. Ball's fed out. Comes to Farrelly. He gives it back to Morrison. Morrison on board. Taking the mark there is Brocky House. House comes grandstand side, pops it up, asking his teammate a little bit of work. He's up to the challenge though. That being Johns. Hand balls to Liam Davies under his favoured left boot. Inside 450. It's a good looking kick. Finds his target. Jacob Hamill, former Wynyard player. And a lot of work out of the West Coast at the moment. And he's got a shot on goal about 30 metres out. About a 45-degree angle. Wind coming across his right shoulder and into it. His kick, it's across the face. It's a mark, is it? No, says the umpire. And it's one behind, and that will go to Jacob Hamill. Kicking from that pocket, and it looks like you need to aim towards the right goal post. Bit of drift with the wind. Lockie Blakemore comes back out grandstand side. You can see the ball drift there in the air. Jackson gets his hands to it and follows up. Wheels onto his left. He looks inboard, finds Davies. Free kick, says the umpire, chopping the arms by Morrison. Davies wheels onto his left, kicks inboard, hits his target. And then have a shot on goal here from around about the 50-metre arc. Nyanjok, the goal scorer. For the circular head Saints. Has he got the distance in him? He's going to be kicking from 50. Somewhat into the wind. Started doing approach. It holds up. Goes to the far side. And a good defensive pressure there by the two Blues. And it is a rush behind. So 1-2, 8. They trail by 22 points. The circular head Saints. Penguin 2 Blues, 4-6-30. More to Morrison. Morrison goes further afield, grandstand side. Big punch there by Jamar Jackson. Across the boundary line it goes. Over the top is Cody Bonner, his direct opponent. Boundary throw in. Look at the wind, take that ball. Lines up. Tries to put it in front of Sheen. Wrapped up in a tackle by Jackson. That was well executed by the playing coach for the Penguin 2 Blues. Now forward for circular head. Brown. Running onto it. Kicking towards goal is Lardner. He's got the carry. Does, but stays to the near side, and it's one behind. So Lardner. 1-3-9. Plays 4-6-30. 2 Blues still lead. 21 points. Blakemore towards Purton. Muhammad pressuring him. Little tries to knock the ball forward. In fact, that was Harry Dick. Unable to. And we will have a ball up. It's now forward for the Saints. Davies, handball. Lands in the hands of Purton. Puts boot to ball. Gets forward. Running on to the handball there is Peters Chapman. Look at the speed this young man's got. He kicks towards goal. Oh, put it down, ladies and gentlemen. It's the wet area. Get up. Great running goal by the young man. Let's have a look at the replay. Purton just throws it on the boot. Receives the handball here to Peters Chapman. Takes off. One bounce. Could have had a second. Decides to steady. And kicks through. Splits the middle. And gives the Penguin 2 Blues their fifth of the first quarter. So they go to 5-6-36. So we're coming up to around about the 30-minute mark. They're leading Circular Head Saints 1-3-9. Jackson from centre forward. He's unable to clear the football. Oh, look at the work by Cameron Brown. It's his basketball agility. Handballs the ball to Van Essen. Unable to get his hands on it. It was Johns. Ball goes to ground, diving on top of him. Looks like it might be Will Huxtable. We'll have a ball up inside the forward 50. Far side of the ground for the Penguin 2 Blues. 5-6 leads, 1-3. 2 Blues in charge. Brown deemed to be held in the ruck contest, so he'll take the free kick. No one able to take the mark. Can they rush it behind Saints? Yes, they can. That's the first rush behind for the Penguin 2 Blues. 5-7-37 plays 1-3-9. Half back for the Saints. Heading towards the wing. Unable to take the mark. Target there was Oates. A repel through Van Essen. Then Farrelly. Farrelly top of the goal square. They're going to kick a goal. I think they have. And it comes through. Will Huxtable, recipient of a wonderful handball. Deep forward for the Penguin 2 Blues. As we go over the 30-minute mark here in the first quarter. Good front and centre to receive the handball there. Across the body snap to Will Huxtable. 6-7, 43. Penguin 2 Blues out to a commanding lead against the Circular Head Saints 1-3-9. So they're going to have to readjust. They've lost Brody Knight during the quarter. Nine Jock gets the ball out to Lardner. Kicks inside forward 50. Sheehan trying to do his best work. Still in charge. Hands it off to his teammates. Johns misses. One behind. They've had opportunities, the Saints. They'll need to convert. Kicking into the wind. Somewhat. 1-4-10. 33 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues. 6-7, 43. In possession is Farrelly. Received it from Blakemore. Goes further afield. Campbell or Van Essen. There's the siren at the 33-minute mark. It's the Penguin 2 Blues that lead the Circular Head Saints by 33 points. 6-7 at 43. The Penguin 2 Blues, Circular Head Saints 1-4-10. Goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues. All single goal kickers. One to Jack Templeton, Jake de Groot, Clayton Campbell, Carmichael Peters Chapman, Will Huxtable and Tommy Searle. For the Circular Head men, just the single goal kicker, and that was the ruckman, your Nine Jock. First goal of the game. I'm going to have to do some readjusting. I can see Brody Knight out there at the huddle at quarter time for the Circular Head Saints. Got that left knee strapped. So he might be able to come back on. So Scott Soupbones Blizzard along with Liam Davies. Matty Elliott. Bones Trust are going to have to get themselves together, readjust. Ethan Jackson and company, they would be pretty happy with what they're seeing so far. They're dominating the inside 50s. They're dominating the clearances. And they're dominating on the scoreboard as well. So quarter time, we have the Penguin 2 Blues 6-7, 43 leading Circular Head Saints 1-4-10. We'll take a break here from the Dole Park Regional Sports Complex for the Jackson Motor Company NWFL Senior Men's Game, live streamed via AFL Tasmania. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. Again by hand, back to Purton, pushes off one, gets a handball released. Templeton shrugs one tackle, shrugs two, jumps on his left, kicks across the body, but it's across the face, and it's one behind. It's the first score of the game. The kicker there. Mohammed kicks inside forward 50. Nine Jock takes the mark. Nine Jock takes the mark. Has a shot on goal. Not a bad effort. I think he's got there. Penguin don't get their hands on the footy, and that's... And we'll have another ball up. Good follow-up there by Byer. Burton gets his foot to the ground, foot to the ball. Out in front. Is that de Groot? I think it is. Touches with his hands, back to himself, kicks across the shoulder, and he gets his agility, picks the footy up. Releases the football to Campbell. Campbell, inside forward 50, taking the mark. Uncontested, a reasonable impact. Being replaced by Tommy Searle. If he's got his kicking boots on, Jack Templeton could be really dangerous today. Kicks from about 35. Execution. Not up to the kick in. Interesting. It's been chopped off there by Penguin. Top of the 50. been chopped off there by Penguin. Top of the 50-metre arc. By Morrison, kicks inside, straightens it back up. Drop of the ball was Ethan Jackson. No one able to take the mark. Top of the goal square. Handball. Goes to Tommy Searle. Looks like he's kicked his first for the day. It looks like he's just changed with Malachi Sheen. He's come onto the ground. So kicking from about 45. That looks a bit better by the figurehead. He's pretty happy with his work. And that's his first of the day. So it's 1-2 to Jack down the line. They receive the footy. Now it's in the hands of Morrison from Farrelly. His kick's been chopped off there by Mohammed. His handball. He's trying to go to Neop. Missed the target. The kick inside forward 50 by the two Blues. Not a push in the back according to the umpire. And the person that's going to receive the football, a controversial circumstance. Elliott. Play on, says the umpire. His kick goes astray. It's marked by Jackson. Centre wing. Plunkett finds his target. Kicks. Made the distance, but to the near side. PK by winning the ruck tap. Comes down, a free kick's the ball. So beyond his distance. It's a good looking kick, but it's to the near side. And it's one behind. The back was Morrison. Jackson diving. No free kick given. Ball still just being knocked through or forward. And a kick off the ground. By Penguin. Looks strong. Blakemore goes around the outside. Chooses not to use him. Kicks inside forward 50. What a dart. Great pass. Let's see what he can do, young man. Welcome back to the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex, where we see the Penguin 2 Blues 6-7-43 leading Circular Saints 1-4-10. Quick around the grounds at Devonport at the moment. We see Ulverston leading Devonport 6-2-38 to Devonport 5-5-35. Latrobe at Girdleston Park against East Devonport. They lead 5-6-36 to East Devonport 2-6-18. And at Burnie, and 1 point differential. So it's 4-1-25 the Burnie Dockers, leading Winnie Cats 4 straight 24. So some close games on offer throughout the NWFL. Final round of the season, brought to you by Jackson Motor Company. And the live stream today through AFL Tasmania. We're underway. Charles won the tap this time. He gets a receiving handball from his teammate when it went to ground, but the umpire says no, we're going to have the ball up. So we're going to repeat the process. Charles wins it again a second time. Elliott, Muhammad's hands, taken by Huxtable, kicks inside forward 50 to a leading Templeton, drops the mark. Ball to ground, knocking it forward. Was Neop. That was good defensive pressure. Gets the handball back from Muhammad. Kicks the ball to centre wing position. Van Essen received it from Thomas. They go back. This time it's in the hands of Farrelly. Steps one, loses the football. Comes back to Jace Little. Small kick of Penguin. Doesn't hit a target. Follow up with a handball. That was done by Kyle Thomas. And we'll get a boundary thrown. Quick change coming off there is Connor Plunkett. Might be hurt. And jumping on is Josh Dupree. Right in front of the grandstand. Brown over the top of Charles. Brings the ball to ground. Tries to follow up. Shows Van Essen. Wrapped up in a tackle. Ball up. Just forward to the centre for the Saints. Into the hands of Elliott. Good kick. Unable to take the mark as Davies. Ball goes to ground. Little turns one way, turns the other. Gets the handball. Feeds it out to O'Donnell. He kicks the centre wing position, finds space. Burton. First there for Penguin. Jumps onto his left. Kicks the ball forward. Finds a leading to Groot. He goes inboard. Smart kick. Unable to take the mark. There's the coach. That's Jackson. Neop drops the ball. Follows it back up against Templeton. Good mark there taken by Robbie Morrison. Top of the 50. We're right behind it. Grandstand side of the ground. Kicking into a breeze. That's a good looking kick. No one able to take the mark. Brown with the big fist. It goes over the boundary line. Well, they would ball in. 6-7. Penguin 2 Blues leading the Circular Head Saints 1-4-10. No one yet to score. Second quarter. Charles takes the other ruck. Boot the ball. Sheen's in front. Good mark. Taken in front of Clayton Campbell. He finds Elliott. To Mohammed. Keeping possession of the Saints. Better tactic. Grandstand side still. No one able to take the mark. Little at the back. Big fella Byer. Feeds it out. Gets in the hands of Sheehan. He received it from Lardner. And they hit up their playing coach. Liam Davies is a beautiful left foot striker of the football. Let's hope he can kick it pure as Brody Knight comes back off the ground. Started the quarter. Been replaced by Barker. Not sure he's happy with that strapping on that left knee. They need one early here to the Saints. It's going to go across the face. And it's one behind. So not what they wanted. It's a rush behind. Circular Head Saints. It's 11 plays 43. Hucks the ball. Blakemore. Plays on. Has to turn the opposite direction. Good pressure there by Lardner. The kick goes out of bounds on the full. Recipient will be Bray Gardner, the captain. No. And the players jumping the fence. Can't quite pick him up from here. Kicks inside, forward 50. Good mark, Flint. Huxtable by hand. Blakemore, Jackson. They're full of running, the Penguin 2 Blues. They kick to Van Essen by hand. Is he going to land in the lap of Burton? It does. Good way to kick there by Jalen Farrelly. Oh, Joshy Pren. And recipient of that kick, shooting for goal, 25 metres out directly in front. Warwick Burton stabs at it. He's done enough. And that's his first. It's the first of the second quarter. Good mark, Flint. Huxtable. Very prominent early in that first quarter was Warwick Pert. Blakemore. Jackson's body. They're full of running, the Penguin 2 Blues. His running capacity. They kick the Van to have an influence on the contest. And now he hits the scoreboard. So they go to 7-7-49. The Penguin 2 Blues leading the Circular Head Saints 1-5-11. 38 points the difference. in favour of the two Blues. Brown, Van Essen. Running over the top of it was Nine Jock. They clear to Penguin. De Groot overruns the footy. It's across the shoulder by Burton. He's given away the free kick. Recipient there will be Perry. Goes further. Lateral. Oh, that's a poor kick by the defender from Circular Head. Smothered there. Good defence by the two Blues. They'll have a ball up. Clearance to Van Essen. Goes lateral, looking for De Groot, unable to take the mark. Diving on top of it is Perry. Umpire says we'll have a ball up inside the forward 50. The 40 metres out, directly in front of goal for the Penguin 2 Blues. We've played close on 7.5 minutes. Brown gets the tap forward. Templeton pushes a direct opponent out of the way and slots it. Too big, too strong, too skillful. To second. One in the first, one in the second. Penguin Blue, two Blues. They move to 8-7-55. Circular Head Saints 1-5-11. Kick six last time these two teams met. Nonetheless, they had to come from behind the two Blues. Today, Circular Head have got a challenge in front of them. Not the team we saw at Burnie a few weeks ago on the live stream. Van Essen gets the free kick. Feeds it to a running Blakemore. He goes further afield. He's looking for Peters Chapman. Oh, steps his opponent. Nine Jock. Kicks towards Templeton. Good target. And takes the mark. Neop not happy with his work. And Templeton will be having a shot on goal. Second in the space of 60 seconds. That's a good-looking roost. No doubt about it. And that's his third. He was halfway to that 60 assembled when he got the opportunity down at the Smithton Recreation Ground back in round 11. Jack Templeton. And we're only 9 minutes into the second quarter. He's assembled three already. And they move to 9-7-61. It's a 50-point difference to Circular Head Saints 1-5-11. Ball goes back to the middle. Tap, Nine Jock. Straight down to his Penguin opponent. Ball comes out. House. Barker loses the footy. Pom Quang and Perry, along with Tommy Searle. And we've got a ball up just in front of the Circular Head interchange. De Groot gets his fist to the footy. Comes out to Lardner. Sheen. High hand. House looking for Sheen. Taps the ball forward. This time it's Johns. By hand. Fire. Sheen. Jackson. Can he be clean? Can't. Wrapped up in a tackle. Nonetheless, they've moved the footy about 70 or 80 metres and they're inside their forward 50. There'll be some relief there for the Saints. No free kick. Ruckman didn't get his hands on the football. Jumped on top. The Penguin Ruckman on top of Circular Head. Comes out to House. House's handballs smothered. They're going to release here. Van Essen. Jackson. Blakemore. Back to Jackson. Back to Blakemore. Look at the speed for the young man. And full back. Kick though. Poor. Brown on the end of it. Goes towards the centre. Not taking it was the coach, Davies. Might have been blinded by the sun. In defence, Mohammed loses the footy. And Essen. Plunkett. Good defensive pressure there by Neop this time. Comes to Jackson, steps one, steps two, brushes the tackle, kicks towards goal. It's across the face. It's one behind. Deserve better than that. And the hold up here for Brown is there's another footy on the ground. 51 points the margin, 9-8-62. The Penguin 2 Blues, 1-5-11 the Circular Head Saints. Brown. Long, good kick. Piercing kick. Hamill. Kalang. Big boom. Plays on. I'm not sure what to do with it. Handballs it to no one. Tommy Charles is going to have to go and pick it up. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Didn't think his way through that one. Did Boom Kalang. Need to be decisive to the Saints. To Groot. Charles. Ball comes to ground. Elliott. Good tackle. He's going to receive the free kick. Plays on. Goes long. Top of the goal square. Need a mark. Saints, they get it. Surely a certain goal coming up here. It's in the hands of Lardner. Brown about to re-enter the field for the 2 Blues. Jake de Groot comes off. And Lardner kicks truly. Much needed goal. For the Circular Head Saints. Not without time, but they move to 2-5-17. Penguin 2 Blues 9-8-62. We've played 14 minutes into the second quarter. Taken by O'Donnell. Handballs intercepted. Falls into the hands of Davies. He kicks inside forward 50. Are they able to run onto it here? No, rush behind by the Penguin 2 Blues. That's the third rush behind for the Circular Head Saints. That was better though. Won the clearance. Then got the intercept. They bring it out via Flint. 2 Blues. Centre wing. Far side of the ground. Hands of Jackson. He looks lateral, finds Brown. No runners. Kicks further lateral and wide. 2 Blues are off. Inside forward 50. Oh, 2 Circular Head boys intercepted each other. They lost the football. And wrapping up the player in an illegal tackle, according to the umpire, was Big Jackie Templeton for the Penguin 2 Blues. So that's young Brown. Kick. Towards his teammate in Ninejock, unable to take the mark. Umpire says there was no interference, so Penguin 2 Blues repelled towards centre forward. They've done it again, this time Perry and Brown. They lose the football. Penguin on top of it. Goes towards Pren, unable to take the mark. Picking it up his Templeton. He gets his handball back. Jackson, wrapped up in a tackle, comes out to O'Donnell. He kicks, finds his target. Looks like it's Huxtable's on the end of it. kicking from about 35 metres out. 45-degree angle. Opposite side of the ground. Lack of communication on a couple of occasions there when going for the mark. Circular Head Saints. Huxtable's kicks across the face of goal and goes through for one behind. It's his second. Davies takes the kick out. Finds O'Donnell. Not by her. He floats it back up towards Templeton. Unable to take the mark. They contest. Neop jumping on top of the football there. Barker wrapped up in a tackle. Strong tackle there by Pren. And we'll have another ball up. Skill a factor here for the Circular Head Saints. Need to start executing. Communication also an issue. Taking the ball away, there was Van Essen from Mohammed. He kicks across the body, across the face of goal, over the head of Perry, and it runs across the boundary line. Coming up to the 18th minute mark of the second quarter. 9-9-63, the Penguin 2 Blues. They lead the Circular Head Saints 2-6-18. Half time, we're hoping to have a chat with Grant Jackson, president of the Circular Head Saints. Tap down to Brown. He gives it to Jackie Templeton. He kicks across the body while holding off the Circular Head defender. He goes across the face and through for one behind. He's kicked 3 goals, 3, the big fella. Providing a real headache for the Circular Head Saints. Ball's in the hands. Matty Elliott. He goes wide. Free kick here, going the way of Boom Kuang for the Circular Head Saints. Half back, grandstand side of the ground. He kicks further afield, staying on grandstand side. O'Donnell. Back to Dick. Jackson. Switch play. They bring it wide. O'Donnell again. He's looking for Morrison. Taps it in the hands of Blakemore. He comes back towards the centre of the ground. Penn overruns it, picked up by Huxtable. Ball smothered by Charles. Jackson. Back to Johns. Johns to Charles. Gives up ground. Goes to Davies. It's been deemed to have marked the football. Poor kick. Doesn't hit his target. It's intercepted by the 2 Blues. O'Donnell. Blakemore. Using the angles well. 2 Blues. Staying that side of the ground. Purton interfered with. Surely. Yes, says the umpire. Circular Head player running straight back into Purton. He was facing the football in the marking contest. Receives the free kick. Oh, that's terrible. That's along the ground. Not to the advantage of his teammates. Jackson back to Davies. Davies hits his target this time. Circular Head still in possession. Half back. Barker further afield. No mark. Charles tries to pick it up. It's a long way down for the big fella. Bend at the knees. Not at the hips, son. Umpire says ball's not going anywhere. We'll have a ball up. 21 minutes coming up on the clock at second quarter. Purton. First there. Surely. Incorrect disposal. Yes, says the umpire. He agrees. Free kick to the Saints. Play on, calls the umpire. Surely they had to stand the mark. And Elliott asks the question. Boundary throw in. $46 points the margin in favour of the Penguin 2 Blues. Up and under kick. Half forward. Free kick. It's going to go to Pren. Play on. Advantage. Brown kicks inside 450 to space. Overrunning the football. Van Essen. Boom Kuang. Neop. Muhammad. Oh no, it is Muhammad. Hamill. Wrapped up in a tackle. Centre of the ground. Circular Head Saints. Another ball up. Brown down to Jackson. Kick. Huxtable. Seemed to be a throw. Peters Chapman was running away with the footy then. Muhammad gets the free kick. Finds Hamill. Centre half back. Saints. Short. Elliott. Gone 10 metres, I would imagine. Go wide still. Kwang. That's a better kick. Fire. Goes to handball the ball. Carmichael Peters. Chapman running the vicinity there. No, says the umpire. Ball goes inside forward 50. Trying to get his hands on it was Johns. Does eventually. Has a shot across the body. Have a look at that. Much needed. Class by Cameron Johns. And that's his first. So he's kicked 1 goal 1. Is Cameron Johns. One of the 2 vice captains. Tommy Charles being the other for the Circular Head men. So it's 40 points the difference. Circular Head Saints 3-6-24. 40 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues 9-10-64. And again, looking at that replay, that's a terrific kick across the body there by Cameron Johns. Wind right behind him. Wind today about 20 odd kilometres an hour. Charles knocks the ball down to Davies by hand. Kicking it inside forward 50 is Lardner. It's up and under. They're able to take the mark. No one. And 2 Blues bring the ball out. It's in the hands of Morrison. Jackson unable to take the mark. Lays a bit of a bump on House. Not happy with that. It's Quang. Boundary throw in. Brown. Sheehan. Lardner drops what he should have taken. Van Essen. Peters Chapman. Handball to Jackson. Back to Peters Chapman. Steps his player. Gets his boot to it. It's a bit of an up and under at centre wing position. No one able to take the mark. Would have thought that would have been a free kick to Tommy Searle by Tommy Charles from Circular Head. Ball goes to half forward. Pren inside forward 50. Kicking to space. Running towards the football was Campbell. Hands it back to his teammate in Bonner. Bonner back to Campbell. Good defensive pressure there by Circular Head Saints. Following up is Brown. Unable to stick the tackle. Kicks back to Campbell as he finds his target. Huxtable, he plays on. Shot on goal. It's got there, I think. Will Huxtable has kicked the goal. It's his second of the game. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. The cleaner of the 2 teams are the 2 Blues. And it's showing definitively on the scoreboard. Making the most of the multiple opportunities that they're getting. When they get inside forward 50, they move to 10-10-70. 46 points in arrears of the Circular Head Saints, 3-6-4-24. Deep into the second quarter now, coming up to the 25.5-minute mark. Some recalibrating needs to be done by the Saints. At half-time, Charles wins the tap. Comes to Huxtable though. Goal kicker. Campbell, inside forward 50, hits up Jackson. A leading playing coach. Beats his direct opponent, Embarker. Kicking from 35 metres out. Directly in front for the Penguin 2 Blues. His younger days, known for his field kicking. Let's see if he can convert. Been a resurgent by the 2 Blues in recent weeks. Oh, that's a horrendous shot at goal. Poor ball drop. And it lands just inside the boundary line. and how fortunate they are, and they will receive a boundary throw-in. Templeton takes it out of the ruck. Shot on goal, across the face, one behind. Good front and centre there. Brown was able to get the ball down. It was Templeton that got it. He's a big unit, uses his power. Perry receives it from Davies. Davies able to get it back to his teammate in House. House receives it back by hand, kicks inside. And fall to the ground was big BK Byer. The Penguin are able to take it away. Huxtable, Little. Out to Purton, back to Little. Steps his player. Kicks a bit up and under. Up to the challenge though. Kyle Thomas. He's looking for Templeton. Unrealistic attempt. Free kick given away. He says, I didn't touch him, umpire. That was the big fella. Jock Niop. Look at the replay. Whatever case. Templeton chooses not to shoot. That's poor marking by the Circular Head Saints. I think it's Kyle Thomas with the ball in hand, or Tommy Searle. Kicks pure. Add another one to the scoreboard. Tommy Searle gets his second for the game. One in the first, one in the second. They move to 11-11, 77. 53 points. In advance, the Circular Head Saints 3-6-24. They can't wait for the siren to go for half-time as Van Essen takes it out of the centre. Front of Searle. Brown kicks the ball off the ground. Nothing but two blues there, though. Purton picks it up, finds Huxtable by hand, dishes. Flint, inside forward 50, finds De Groot in front of Hamill. He had options. He's going to go to the big fella. Templeton, unable to take the mark. Chopping in was Liam Davies. He's got a free kick umpire. No taking the legs. Jackson gets it back to De Groot, to Van Essen. O'Donnell. Short, Templeton. And the key up front will be kicking for his fourth. He's got 3 goals for as we hit the 30-minute mark of the second term. On the siren for their 12th goal. They're 11-11. Penguin, 2 blues. And his fourth made the distance. It's across the face, and that's his 5th behind of the game. So it's 3 goals, 5 to Jack Templeton. So they move to 11 goals, 12, 78 to 3 goals, 6, 24 for Circular Head Saints. A large discrepancy on the scoreboard between the two teams. They're going to have to recalibrate at half-time with the Circular Head Saints. And they're down a player in Brody Knight, hurt his knee in that first quarter. why the first quarter went for such an extended period of time. Two Blues make their way off, pretty buoyant. They're a patch of form of the Two Blues, and they're doing everything they can in order to make sure that they consolidate that position of third on the ladder, and hopefully being able to take a double chance. Goal kickers for the Circular Head men. We've got one in the first going to your Nine Jock, and two in the second, one to Lardner and also to Cameron Johns. The Penguin men up front, we've got Jack Templeton with 3 goals, 5. Will Huxtable and Tommy Searle with 2 apiece. Singles to Jake DeGroot, Clayton Campbell, Warwick Burton and Carmichael Peters Chapman. So as I mentioned, it's 11-12, 78. The Penguin Two Blues leading the Circular Head Saints 3-6-24. I'm going to take a quick break here from Dole Park Regional Sports Complex, and we'll be back very shortly to have a chat with the Circular Head Saints, Mr. Grant Jackson. Out, gets in the hands of Sheehan. He received it from Lardner, and they hit up there on that left knee. They need one early here to the Saints. It's going to go across the face, and it's one behind. Good mark, Flint. Huxtable by hand. Blakemore, Jackson. They're full of running, the Penguin Two Blues. They kick to Van Essen by hand. Is it going to land in the lap of Burton? It does. With that kick, shooting for goal, 25 metres out directly in front. Warwick Burton stabs at it. He's done enough. And that's his first. The mark. Diving on top of it is Perry. Umpire says we'll have a ball up inside the forward 50. 40 metres out directly in front of goal for the Penguin Two Blues. We've played close on 7.5 minutes. Brown gets the tap forward. Templeton pushes a direct opponent out of the way and slots it. The mark. Diving on top of it is Perry. Umpire says we'll have a ball up inside the forward 50. 40 metres out directly in front of goal for the Penguin Two Blues. We've played close on 7.5 minutes. Brown gets the tap forward. Templeton pushes a direct opponent out of the way and slots it. He goes further afield. He's looking for Peters Chapman. Oh, steps his opponent. Nine Jock. Kicks towards Templeton. Good target. He takes the mark. That's a good-looking roost. No doubt about it. Plays on. Goes long. Top of the goal square. Need a mark. Saints, they get it. Brown about to re-enter the field for the Two Blues. Jake DeGroot comes off. And Lardner kicks truly. Much needed goal by O'Donnell. Handballs intercepted. Falls into the hands of Davies. He kicks inside forward 50. Are they able to run onto it here? No, rush behind by the Penguin Two Blues. That's the third rush. His handball back. Jackson wrapped up in a tackle. Comes out to O'Donnell. He kicks. Finds his target. Looks like it's Huxtable's on the end of it. Lack of communication on a couple of occasions there when going for the mark. Circular Head Saints. Huxtable's kicks across the face of goal. And goes through for Jackson, president of the Circular Head Saints. Tap down to Brown. He gives it to Jackie Templeton. Kicks across the body while holding off the Welcome back to defender. The Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. We're brought to you today. No, that's not working. Yeah. So Brought to you today by Jackson Motor Company, where we have the Penguin 2 Blues 11-12-78 leading the Circular Head Saints 3-6-24 at half-time. Joining me in the box is the current president of the Circular Head Saints, former stalwart down that way, and also in the northwest with regards to football, representing Burnie, Wynyard, Ulverston, and also the banner of the Saints, Mr. Grant Jackson. So welcome, Grant, to Dole Park. You'd be a little bit disappointed with the way in which the Circular Head Saints are going.
Yes, exactly. I sort of was hopeful of a bit of showing. But in credit to Penguin, you can see that while they're going to be playing finals, and you can clearly see why we're not.
Yeah, at the moment that might be a little bit frustrating. Nonetheless, in saying that, I saw them a couple of weeks ago at Burnie against at West Park, and the Circular Head Saints played some really good football, particularly in the first half. I know you weren't in attendance that particular game, but I'm sure you've had members of your Circular Head community mentioning how well they played, and they ended up getting outclassed in the back half. But Liam Davies, he was very strong on the style of football they played. Can you talk to us with regards to what Liam has brought to the Circular Head Saints?
Yeah, Liam's been fantastic as a player, but more so as a coach. He's been excellent. He's very much about a style of football that would be, I suppose, akin to what maybe from the AFL down through the TFL, that style where there's a lot of ball movement sideways, you're looking inside, you're looking to release the handball to the runner to overlap the ball and having control of the ball. So the plan's there. It doesn't work too well if you don't get hold of the ball in the first instance, or if when you do, you fumble it. So Liam's doing his job. We need the players to get on board, and they understand what's required. But if you're fumbling the ball, pressure on yourself, then you hand it off to the next bloke because he should have got the ball a second before, half second. So Liam's been fantastic. He's really coaching hard this year, and we've seen a lot of improvement.
Well, he and Troy Davies would deem to, both of those coaches have actually done exceptionally well with the cohort they've got at their disposal. Talk to us about the acquisitions that the Circular Head men have been able to acquire for season 2025. In particular, let's talk about the Sudanese boys.
Yeah, rightio. Well, there's sort of 5 guys came over from Melbourne February. And their history would have been similar level of football to what we've got here, so they haven't come out of a state league or anything like that. But what they do give us is some structure. Maybe the shortest one 6'2", and the other boys are 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", sort of thing. So as you know, around the coast we struggle for height. These guys are decent players, but they give us height. They're good teammates, and never miss a training. So they've added a lot of enthusiasm around the club. So it's enabled us to for Liam to put some plans in place. And without sort of particularly those 4 guys from 6'2" to 6'6", we'd be in trouble. So they've really helped us out.
This year so far, of the 15 games, you've won 4 of those. You had an unlucky loss last weekend. You won last weekend, didn't you?
No, we got beaten by 6 points to Latrobe, so they turned the table on us. Yeah,
so that you're heading in the right direction with regards to what you're doing down there. So what are you looking to put in place? Is Liam staying? I'm assuming he's staying for season 2026 and beyond? Yeah,
look, Liam, when we signed him, 10 months ago, maybe a bit longer now, 10 months ago, we sort of had a 4-year arrangement with him, but it's all sort of, from both sides. We review it every year, and he's committed for next year, and we're pretty keen to keep him. Obviously, he's been fantastic acquisition to the area. His partner Danae settled in lovely. She's been fantastic. So just to have the Davies family down there, it's been awesome. He's really, great leadership at the club. So that'll move forward. Same as this year. We'll look to maintain what we've got, or maybe 90%. That'll be a good result, I think, of what we've got, and probably add. We really want to target some of the boys in the Circular Head League. We think there's 8 to 10 players out there that could play senior footy. Some of them would be quite good, and others could be players who could develop to be quite good. So if we can sort of pick up 8 to 10 of those guys, and then we're really hoping to pick up, probably 3 players from outside the area that are strong players that will come in and sort of really influence games for us. And I think if we can execute a recruiting plan, as we did last year, we think if you get the off-season right, we should be up with, I'm not necessarily saying Devonport, but up with all the rest of the side next year.
So top 5 is a legitimate goal for the Circular Head Saints in 2026. I want to ask you about your relationship with the Circular Head Footy Association. In all previous years, it's been somewhat tumultuous between Circular Head Footy Association and the representative side that comes out of Circular Head, being the Saints. Previously the Giants, and then prior to that was the Saints again. So I noticed in recent times, so this year, they've made sure that players are made available in order and been able to have that two-way relationship and work with the Circular Head Footy Association. So I'm assuming that will be something that you'll be fostering moving forward. Yeah, look, I can only speak to what I've seen, my sort of coming into 2 years and dealing directly with them. We have one of the guys, Shane Hine, comes to all our club meetings, and he's the president of the association. I have a lot to do with some of the other presidents and people around the district, and I can't fault them. Like, honestly, when you've got a group like that, there's always going to be somebody that's a bit anti this or anti that, but all in all, the people that make the decisions in Circle Head and run the local competition have been fantastic to deal with the last 2 years. Terrific. Glad to hear that relationship's so strong and continuing to build. Tyrone Morrison, I noticed Big Johnny today was chaired off the ground at the end of the development game. The boys went down in their encounter, 77-32, but nonetheless he's provided, he's been a stalwart when it comes to service to the Circular Head Saints over the journey. Also been a player for Burnie in the state league, as well as represent at a regional level. So what's he meant to the club? Look, Tyrone individually as himself, I've probably seen a lot of his football. I probably saw more of his football at Burnie, where I thought he played some excellent football and represented Tasmania. But Tyrone, in a general sense, is a wonderful young person. He's grown into a great leader in the community. Look, what I'd say with Tyrone, he's got enough talent, he did well with his career, but the best thing with Tyrone was his attitude towards the sport and around the community, and we want more people like him. Not necessarily, they don't have to be 6'6" and play as well, but we just want people with those sort of attitudes, and he's been fantastic, and the reality is, without him and 4 or 5 of his cohort of the similar age sort of guys that are sort of just finishing their football now, and a couple other administrators, we wouldn't have our side back up. So there's Tyrone and 4 or 5 ex-players, although they've sort of finished now, but they played when we started back up, and a couple other people, and so we owe Tyrone a lot. Yeah. No, congratulations to Tyrone Morrison. He's played, I'd say, over 250 plus senior games across the coast, both in the State League as well as also the NWFL and formerly the NTFL. We wish you all the very best with whatever football you are involved with at whatever level. Talking about that, I can see Mr. House down the bottom there. So Callum. Yeah, so is he involved? Callum coaches our under 14s. He's there might be some bigger things happening for him next year, but his last 2 years has coached the under 14s, and it's fantastic. Once again, fantastic. He's in the Tyrone Morrison mould, knows his football, level-headed. He's we're blessed to have him involved with our club. Fantastic. I wanted to ask very quickly too about the Premier League. I mean, the three regions and resources and things like that. How's AFL Tas and NWFL been supportive of the Circular Head Saints? As the ball comes out to Liam Davies, he kicks on the right boot, doesn't get too far, he follows back up, and for a third time, is he able to get it out to Boom Kuang? He does. Oh, he's wrapped up in a tackle. Van Essen strong. Ball comes to ground. Davies tries again. Jackson bumps him off the football. And a Penguin player there might be the young fella, Peters Carmichael, that's Peters Chapman, that be wrapped up in a tackle. Yeah, so Circular Head and the resources and NWFL support AFL Tas? Look, fantastic. Yeah, they're NWFL, AFL Tas, they've been awesome. I think all us clubs have got to keep improving the way we do things. But no, I won't fault those blokes. They're doing a really good job. Great kick inside, forward 50 there by Ethan Jackson. Looks like Mohammed run over the top of the football. They picked it up through the services of Huxtable. He's looking for Purton. Purton wheels around onto his right boot. The big fella up front. Jack Templeton takes the mark. The big fella is playing against Jock Niop I tell you what, he's had his challenges today. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think Jock could be well advised not to try to bump him and body on body like that where he tried to bump him. You're not moving Mr. Templeton too far.
Jack Templeton needs to get his kicking boots on. He's got 3 goals, 5 so far. Had plenty of opportunity in front of goal. Kicked 6 last time. Come from behind, win down at Circular Head. This time he kicks true, and that's his 4th for the game. So 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and he's got the first of the third quarter. Does the full forward, Big Jack Templeton. So they move to 12-12-84, leading Circular Head 3-6-24. So it's a 10-goal margin. What would you like to see in the second half, Grant?
Oh, look, I just like to see the boys just be a bit cleaner. And you saw it there. Jock got bumped over and fell over and then created a bit of contact. Had first access to the ball. So when you get first access to the ball, you need to be clean by hand and get the ball away. And I just like to see the boys tidy up their ball handling for their ground balls. Would be nice, because I think everything else starts from there.
Absolutely. Cleanliness is the best way in order to make sure that the skills are executed well. And Brown gets his kick towards centre half forward. Purton drops the mark, wraps up his opponent. I can't quite pick that up. Might be Mason Brown. Yeah, it's centre half forward for the 2 Blues. And we'll get a ball up. Charles wins the tap. Ball goes to ground. Davies unable to get it. Brown follows up. Geez, he's good and agile, the big fella. Ball comes out to Purton. Purton wheels around on the right boot. Has he kicked it?
Yep.
He certainly has. And that's his second for the game. So 1 in the second and 1 in the third. He's been quite influential, the young man.
Well.
Yeah, so originally from East Devonport, Warwick Purton. He's travelled across multiple clubs and really established himself here at with the Penguin 2 Blues. So we see that lead go out to 66 points. So it's 13-12-90, 3-6-24 the Circular Head Saints. So I've got 13-12. The scoreboard says 13-11. As the ball comes to Matt Elliott, gives it across to his teammate. I can't quite pick that up over there. Might have been Hamill. They're mopping up across half-back, though, through Campbell. Campbell, his kick goes to Jace Little. Grandstand side of the ground, still inside the defensive 50. He's got players lateral. Gives up some ground. And goes back to full-back. They kick the ball wide through Dick. Opportunity for Circular Head there. Nine Jock. Ball goes across the boundary line. Well, Grant, thank you for taking the time to come and have a chat with us today. Wish you all the very best with everything that comes as being the president of the Circular Head Saints, in particular for the off-season, in making sure that 2026 is new and improved and adding to the platform that's been set in 2025. So thanks for taking the time.
No, thanks, Xavier, and well done. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So Grant Jackson there from the Circular Head Saints, the president of the Circular Head Saints. We wish him all the very best for 2026 and beyond. Let's see whether the Circular Head Saints are able to put some form of pressure and finish the year out strongly against the 2 Blues in the second half. Ball unable to be released from half forward for the Saints. It comes in the hands of Jackson. He kicks towards centre wing position. Diving mark. Well done there to Perry. Perry inside. Hamill. Hamill's the target. This is better. Constructing. Kick. Good vision. Finds Elliott. Smart play. Had his coach at his service by hand, but chose to go by foot. Teammate further afield. That being Johns. Looking for the lead up. Mbyer unable to take the mark. Ball goes to ground. Diving on it is Barker. And we will have... Sorry, not Barker. Brocky House. We will have a ball up inside the forward 50. Grandstand side of the ground for the Circular Head Saints. Hamill finds thin air with the boot. Wrapped up in a tackle is Mohammed. It's across the shoulder according to the umpire. So the free kick's been given away by Jackson. Questions the umpire, says I'm not so sure about that. I thought I had the back of the jumper. Angle from where the umpire was. His viewpoint was different. So we're right behind him, Josh Mohammed, one of the recruits this year from Victoria. It's gone across the face. Fist by O'Donnell. A release through Thomas. O'Donnell. Peters Chapman misses the mark. Wraps, follows it up. Does a 360. Has a bounce. Kicks inside forward 50. Templeton over his head. Oh, lucky bounce. Doesn't go with the football though. They try to release the Saints. Comes into the hand of Morrison. Snaps across the body. And it's all too easy for the two Blues. Training drill here at Dial Park. They're getting themselves sorted for next week. Finals beckon. As Jace Little comes off. Being replaced by Josh Pren. And they move to 14-12-96. 14-12-96, playing circular head 3-6-24. $72 points the margin. And we've played 7.5 minutes into the third quarter. I'm going to round the grounds very shortly. Van Essen kicks inside forward 50 from the centre square bounce. Purton goes without the footy. Looking to release was Oates. Does by hand, but it goes to Brown. He knocks it forward. No one able to clear. The umpire says, I'll have it. And we will have a ball up, centre forward for Penguin 2 Blues. Charles. Van Essen. Stands up. Releases by hand. Campbell. Hamill on top of him. Holding the ball, umpire. Had prior opportunity. Yes, indeed. So Hamill rewarded with the free kick. Kicks in towards the centre. He's looking for Davies over the top of his head. Brown might be the first one back. He is. Overruns the footy. They get it forward to the Saints. House dives on it. Wrapped up in a tackle by De Groots. And we'll have a ball up centre forward, just inside the forward 50 for Penguin 2, for the Circular Head Saints. Around the grounds, we have Latrobe, 10-8-68, leading East Devonport at Girdleston Park, 6-6-42. At Burnie, at West Park, as we see House with the ball in hand, having a shot on goal now. 8-5-53, the Wynyard Cats leading the Burnie Dockers 7-3-45. House, shot on goal. Got there. Much needed goal. They go to 4-6-30. Penguin 14-12-96. 66 points the margin. Devonport 11-12-78, leading Ulverston 6-6-42. And as I mentioned, the margin here at Penguin, 66 points in favour of the two Blues. 14-12-96, Circular Head Saints 4-6-30. Back to the middle, Brown wins the tap, follows up his ruck work, been pretty dominant. Kicks his torpedo inside forward 50, lands in the hands of Searle. He goes short and wide, hitting up there full forward in Jack Templeton. I don't think he's made any distance, and he's created a more difficult angle. But he's got the wind effectively behind him, but there's Jack looking towards the near goal post, I would imagine. The kick goes to the top of the goal square. Mark in front. Is that the captain? It's the playing coach. No, it's number 42. And that man being Tommy Searle. Tommy Searle, good mark, good tested mark, top of the goal square. Should be a certainty. Kicking for his third. One in the first, one in the second. Deliberate approach. And one in the third. Back out to a 72-point margin. 15-12. 104, 102. 15-12, 102. Plays circular head 4-6-30. They're sharing the goal kicking around. Penguin, 2 Blues. 4 to Templeton. 3 now to Searle. 2 apiece to Huxtable and Purton. And then we've got multiple goal kickers with a single major. Another 4 players. Campbell, DeGroot, Morrison and Peters Chapman. Unable to take the ball away from the centre. Either side. We'll have another ball up. Taking out the ruck, circular head. Hamill, inside forward 50. Good hands. Elliott, by hand. Over the shoulder. He was looking for his teammate there in Nyanjock. Giving away the free kick. Jalen Farrelly, recipient, has to play on. Boom, running towards him. Kick towards the wing. Getting his hands on the football. Handball over the top was Oates. Comes to Purton. Van Essen by hand. Out in front of his teammate in Bonner. It's in dispute. They pick it back up through Jackson. Van Essen, top of the goal square. Contest, Templeton. Good pressure there by Neop this time. Kick affected. Handball comes back from the 2 Blues, top of the goal square. Across the shoulder. And it's another goal to the 2 Blues. And that goes to the young man in Peters Chapman. 1 in the first and 1 in the third. They move out to 16 goals, 12, 108. 78 points in front of the circular head Saints, 4-6-30. Ball back to the middle. Brown. Campbell. Ball up. Again, the ball's not really going anywhere. What are we doing, umpire? Nothing. Jackson, maybe a free kick. No, this is the umpire. We'll just repeat the process. So another ball up. Jackson taking a while to get to his feet. Puts the headband back on. Make sure the hand's out of the way. Pretty pleased with his efforts, his team's efforts today. And again. So they're going to be moving to 38 points, Penguin. And it looks like they're going to be hosting because currently Wynyard are in front, the Burnie Dockers. So they're going to be hosting the Dockers here at Dial Park. One would imagine that will be on Sunday in the elimination final. As things get a bit testy out there. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Players go after it. Brown, they disperse. From the entanglement, they were within. Tackle laid there by O'Donnell. And Perry. And we'll have another ball up. Brown. Holding the football according to the umpire. No advantage. He helps the proponent of that being your Nine Jock. Back up to Brown. He hands it to Davies. So it's play on now. Kicks inside forward 50. End over end. Johns. Hamill. Out to Arnold. Arnold to Boom. BK. Unable to get to the football. Pushing the ball forward across the boundary line was Hamill. And we'll have a boundary throw. We're inside the forward 50 though for Circular Head Saints. So BK Byer up against Brown in the ruck. Taking it out of the ruck was Davies, but the umpire pulls up and says there's a free kick. He said BK Byer. He pushed Mr. Brown in the back. He releases the football after receiving the free kick to Farrelly. Steps in front of 1-2 Circular Head Saints. But he's run too far according to the umpire. So they will receive the free kick. And it will be BK Byer that will receive that kick. He'll be kicking from around about 50 metres. On a pretty big angle. Umpire says he's got to play on. Kicks across the body. And ends up doing a banana. Straight up and down. The bottom of it was Jamar Jackson. The shot on goal. But to the near side, and it's one behind. 4-7-31 plays 16-12, 108. Circular Head Saints. Got a huge margin to Cole back. O'Donnell back to Blakemore. Blakemore to centre wing position. No one able to take the mark. Overrunning the football was Dick. Picking up his Templeton. Wheels onto his right, then back around to his left. Kicks the footy inside forward 50. Getting his boot to ball was our previous goal kicker. Got 3 for the day, Tommy Searle. And it runs across the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throwing inside the forward 50 for the Penguin 2 Blues. 108 plays 31. Well in control. Hierarchy at Penguin would start reorganising things, I would imagine, for next week. Currently it looks like they will be hosting the Burnie Dockers. Ball comes to Sheen. Sheen back out to Charles. Charles kicks the ball wide. No one able to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. They're able to move it forward. Well done. Jackson on the end of it. Kick 2 and finds Johns. Johns lateral inside. Davies, this is better ball movement. His kick's up and under. It's no good. Not to the advantage of his teammate. To the advantage of the fullback for the Penguin 2 Blues, that being Lockie Blakemore. He goes short, finds Pren. Blakemore runs past, not utilised. Pren to Van Essen. Leading possession winner on the ground today. Jackson over the top. It's wrapped up in a tackle by Robbie Morrison, I think. It was Joshy Pren. We'll have a ball up just outside the forward 50 for the Circular Head Saints, far side of the ground. 20 minutes into the third quarter. 31 plays 108. Saints. 77 points in arrears. Davies kicks inside. He's looking for Johns, doesn't find him. Ball goes across the boundary line. I'll get a repeat stoppage through the services of a boundary throw-in. So looks like it might be Mackenzie Tyrrell, boundary operator on the far side of the ground. in the biscuits today, the field and boundary umpires. We've had multiple boundary throw-ins and stoppages, ball ups. Huxtable finds his target. Purton. Space. Boom. Knocks the ball forward. Perry. Charles. Jackson. By foot. Hamill can't take the mark. Sheen. Handballs it forward. Will he get it back? It's held without it, umpire. His teammate there. Trying to get it to him was Arnold. Follows it up. Gets wrapped up in a tackle. It's a pat on the head. So does Jake to Groot. His defensive pressure. And we'll have a ball up. De Groot wins against Arnold. Sheehan. Front of Hamill. Again 5 metres. And we'll go again with another stoppage. Ball to ground. Blakemore takes on the tackler. Gets free by hands to Huxtable. Huxtable out wide. Looking for Thomas. Ball comes to Campbell. He kicks it long. Centre wing position. Brown. Interfered with, surely. Yes. Will receive the free kick for circular head. He's a key to work with at circular head, this young man. Great sporting prowess, the family, mum and dad. Pete and Lydia. Ball to Johns. Ball up, says the umpires. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Half forward for circular head Saints. Charles down to Jackson. Jackson's handball falls into the hands of Elliott. Gives it to his teammates, wrapped up in a tackle, and that's holding the ball. He had an opportunity to dispose of it, according to the umpire. That's Lardner. To Lardner. Loses the opportunity, possessed the footy. Comes to Campbell. Campbell to Jackson. Jackson's kick further down the ground's punched by the contestants in the marking contest. Goes across the boundary line just in front of the wet area and the Penguin interchange. Here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. Brought to you today by Jackson Motors Company. We thank them for their support of the NWFL, senior men's competition, and also to AFL Taz, the live stream on YouTube. Ball by Lardner. Lardner to Elliott. Elliott. His teammate, Neop, I think, kicks up and under. Lands in the hands of O'Donnell. Goes wide. Searle. That kicks. Marked by Neop. Comes inboard. Finds Elliott. He's got runners. Chooses not to use them. Uses the corridor. Finds Hamill. Looks weary on those old legs. Jacob Hamill. Got House lateral. Looking further afield. Wants to be more aggressive. Kick goes forward. No one able to take the mark. Diving in there was Lardner. Ball comes free. Pren gets his handball out. Looking for De Groot. Misses him. De Groot follows up. It's up against Johns. Jackson now. Takes it away. Handball. Hamill. Clean. Out to Lardner. Lardner's kick. Top of the goal square. And it's taken through by Harry Dick for the Penguin 2 Blues. So it's a rush behind the circular head Saints. So they move to 4-8-32. Penguin 2 Blues 16-12, 108. Quick ball movement by Penguin. Sees them enter. They're forward 50 through Jackson. Over there to Templeton. He's going to get it back though by hand. Kicks across the body. No mark. Ball to the ground. Brown wraps up. Circular head Saints. Play at top of the goal square. We're going to have a ball up. So quick ball movement there from the kick out by the 2 Blues. Coming up to the 26-minute mark. Elliott. Handballs to a teammate in a bit of distress. Ball comes to ground. Brown, unable to clear. And I'm going to have another ball up. No one able to take clean possession. Brown wrapped up in another tackle. Will repeat the process. 26 and a half minutes into the third term. Mohammed by hand and by foot. The Saints not marking the football was little. Goes to ground. Comes out to Jackson. Has a shot on goal. Top of the goal square. Ball to ground. Perry releases. Neop. Kicks and up and under. And that's a good mark taken by Kyle Thomas. Cross half forward for the Penguin 2 Blues. He kicks inside forward 50. Finds his captain in Jay Van Essen. He's going to have a shot on goal, but kicking right on the 50-metre arc for the Penguin 2 Blues. It's on a slight angle. Wind right behind him. Led from the front today, the captain. Not a bad-looking kick. Straight as a die. Happy with his work. And so he should be. The captain gets reward for effort. And that's his first for the day. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. And they move to 17-12, 114 the Penguin, 2 Blues. Leading circular head Saints, 4-8-32. .28 minutes just ticked over in the third quarter. Charles beaten by De Groot. Huxtable, Jackson, Mrs. Morrison, Campbell. Templeton takes the mark. Plays on. Kicks truly. The big fella puts the big wings out. That's his second of the third term. It's his fifth of the game. He's kicked 5 goals, 5. Can he do 6 goals? The last time these two teams met, back in round 11, he was one of the players that was instrumental in the comeback. Kicking 6 goals for the game. Down at Smithton Recreation Ground. NWFL full forward. In the representative series, Mr. Jack Templeton kicks his 5th of the day. And Brother Eli would be very proud of his big brother. They move to 19-12, 126, 4-8-32. Penguin 2 Blues. Templeton again from Jackson. He chooses to share it. Unable to take the mark. That was little. Oh, Blakemore, my apologies. Ball comes back out by Smithton. Is it out on the full? According to the boundary umpire, it is. So Little will take the free kick. It was Blakemore that he was trying to get the ball to. Templeton comes to Jackson, back to Blakemore. And the tick on the siren won't be counted. And that is the third quarter done and dusted here from Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. It is 18-12, 120. The Penguin 2 Blues, Circular Head Saints, 4-8-32. Now, goal kickers for the Penguin 2 Blues are as follows. Leading with a bag of 5 so far, 5 goals, 5. That's Jack Templeton. With 3 is Tommy Searle, 2 to Warwick Purton and Carmichael Peters Chapman, and singles to Jake de Groot, Clayton Campbell, Jay Van Essen for the Penguin 2 Blues. For the circular head players, all single goal kickers. Wonder York, Ninejock with the first of the game, Cameron Johns and Lucas Lardner, both of those were in the second quarter Only goal kicker for the Circular Head Saints in that third term went to number 30, Mr. Brock House. And looking pretty buoyant at the Penguin 2 Blues. They come together at the three-quarter time huddle as opposed to a rather dejected Circular Head Saints lot. And they'll get addressed by their respective coaches, Ethan Jackson and Liam Davies. Let's see what the Circular Head players can do in response to what they've dished up so far in the final term here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. In the meantime, grab an opportunity to go and grab a cup of tea and a biscuit. See the final term play out here via AFL Livestream, brought to you today by Jackson Motor Company, sponsors of the senior men's competition in the NWFL. Agile, the big fella. Ball comes out to Purton. Purton wheels around on the right boot. Has he kicked it?
Yep.
He certainly has. And that's his second for the game. So one in the second and one in the third. This is the mark. Wraps, follows it up. Does a 360. Has a bounce. Kicks inside forward 50. Templeton over his head. Oh, lucky bounce. Doesn't go with the football, though. They try to release the Saints. Comes into the hand of Morrison. Snaps across the body. And it's all too easy for the 2 Blues. We have Latrobe, 10-8-68, leading East Devonport at Girdleston Park, 6-6-42. And 3:45. House, shot on goal. Got there. Back to the middle. Brown wins the tap. Follows up his ruck work. Been pretty dominant. Kicks his torpedo inside forward 50. Lands in the hand of Searle. He goes short and wide. Hitting up there. The kick goes to the top of the goal square. Mark in front. Is that the captain? For his third. One in the first, one in the second. Deliberate approach. And one in the third. Back out to a 72-point margin. Van Essen, top of the goal square. Contest, Templeton. Good pressure there by Neop this time. Kick affected. Handball comes back from the 2 Blues, top of the goal square. Across the shoulder. And it's another goal to the 2 Blues. Umpire says he's got to play on. Kicks across the body. And ends up doing a banana. Straight up and down. The bottom of it was Jamar Jackson. The shot on goal. But to the now. Takes it away. Handball. Hamill. Clean. Out to Lardner. Lardner's kick. Top of the goal square. And it's taken through by Harry Dick for the Neop. Kicks and up and under. And that's a good mark. Taken by Kyle Thomas. Cross half forward for the Penguin 2 Blues. He kicks inside forward 50. Finds his captain in Jay Van Essen. Led from the front today. The captain. Not a bad looking kick. Straight as a die. Happy with his work. And so he should be in the third quarter. Charles beaten by De Groot. Huxtable. Jackson. Mrs. Morrison. Campbell. Templeton takes the mark. Plays on. Kicks truly. The big fella. Puts the big wings out. That's his second of the third term. Welcome back to the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. We're watching on the AFL Taz live stream, brought to you today by Jackson Motor Company, sponsorship of the NWFL game between the Penguin 2 Blues and the Circular Head Saints. Currently, we see the score: Penguin 2 Blues 18-12, 120, leading Circular Head Saints for 8-32. About to start the last quarter. Quick round the grounds: East Devonport versus Latrobe at the Girdleston Park in East Devonport. Latrobe Demons have gone bang under the tutelage of Daniel Freshney. Upset win last week against Burnie. And 21-12, 138. They lead East Devonport Swans 6-7-43. The ball is kicked out of the centre square, and it's marked by Austin Perry across half-back for Circular Head Saints. Plays on. Goes wide. That's a good mark. Taken by Boom Quang. So Boom. Kicks chopped off by Warwick Purton. Been influential today is Purton. Handball misses his target, and Blakemore. Jackson wraps up. He tries to get his handball free. Comes to ground. No one able to clear. Umpire says circular player there in Lardner was not in possession. His kick by Lardner towards Davies. They lose possession. Purton by hand. The release through Thomas. Out wide. And it's out on the full. And Circular Head will bring the ball back in. Tight game at West Park. Circular Head bringing it into the centre. Charles. Goes to ground. Loses the possession. Templeton up from full forward. Kicks inside the forward 50. It's 2v1. Unable to take the mark. Bring the ball to ground was Neop. Hucks the ball at the bottom. Kicks the ball out in front of his teammate. Doesn't bounce that nicely. Shows a bit of skill. That being Cody Bonner around the body. And I think he got a finger on it. Yes, says the umpire. And that was Neop getting back for the Circular Head Saints. So it goes through for a rush behind to the Penguin 2 Blues. It's a second rush behind today. Kick out of defensive 50 finds Jackson. Lardner. He's going to hit his leading target. Yes, he does. That was much better. You can see the president just below me. He's pretty happy with that. Quicker ball movement. And on the ends of it is Cameron Johns, the vice captain. At West Park at the moment. Yeah, it's the Winnie Cats leading the Burnie Dockers 10-7-67. Dockers 9-4-58. Johns directly in front, 35 metres out. Can he start the quarter? Well, he hits the woodwork. So it's 1-2 to Cameron Johns today. So 50% strike rate. Blakemore kicks in. Mark's chopped off. Ball's chopped off by Arnold. He gets it back. He kicks across his body. The young fella. Good anticipation. It's not a bad looking left foot. Looks a bit like a giraffe, the young man. And the players get around him. So they should. He's the future of the club. So they go to 5-9-39. Circular Head Saints, 18-13, 121, Penguin 2 Blues. At Devonport, the Magpies have gone bang against the Ulverston Robins. They lead commandingly, 17-13, 115 to Ulverston Robins, 7-6-48. They're in charge at quarter time. And since that period, it looks like the Devonport Magpies have taken control of that game. So currently, it looks like Penguin, the live ladder, are going to be hosting the elimination final at Dial Park next week. Looks like it's going to be against the Burnie Dockers, who are not in good form at the moment, but running on top of the ground. It's the Penguin 2 Blues. They come back out through Blakemore. Van Essen, Campbell, left foot. Hits a leading Searle. He plays on, looking to hit up his teammate. Bad communication. between the players from Circular Head, Jackson and company. Unable to take the mark. It being Barker and Jackson. Nonetheless, we'll get a ball up. Neop, Jackson goes without it. Morrison jumps onto it, has a shot on goal. Look, that's like shelling peas, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's touched off the boot, says the umpire. So Morrison on behind. That's better. Good kick in. Finds his target, and Hamill. His kick, though, turned over. So Davies went to the football. Van Essen kicks the ball. Inside forward 50. Big pack converges. Bottom of it, Purton. Handballs to his teammate in Little. Doesn't get reward for effort. One behind. Brown. Piercing kick. Great kick. That's better. Circular Head. More intent. Elliott. Davies. Byer. No mark. Lardner is able to butter up. That's a goal around the body. Not bad effort by the big fella. So Lardner kicks his second. Let's have a look at that replay again. Better ball movement from halfback. Elliott, Davies, Byer. Lardner around the body. And that's a good snap-on goal. Reward for effort. So they move to 6-9-45. Penguin 2 Blues 18-15, 123. Big Saints ruckman is going to receive the free kick. Ninejock. Disposal was poor. He's looking for Mohammed. Missed it. Penguin through Huxtable. Bring it to half forward. Able to relieve. Davies. To Neop. Neop's kick, though, is intercepted. Was Peters Chapman. To Robbie Morrison. Then to Jackson. His kick. Looking for Templeton. Can't take the mark. Butters back up. Kicks across the body. Has he pulled it too far? No, says the umpire. It's straight through the middle. And that's his sixth. One in the first, two in the second, two in the third, and now one in the fourth. Jack Templeton. 6 goals, 5 today. Let's look to give off a couple as well. Important to have the key figure up front in good form leading into the final series starting next week. So it's 19 goals, 15, 129. Circular Head, Penguin 2 Blues, Circular Head Saints 6-9-45. Play on, says the umpire. Peters Chapman takes on 2. Gets out of the tackle. Kicks the ball. De Groot. Purton. Back to De Groot. Mongrel kick. Is it going to land in the hands of his teammate, Peters Chapman? Sheen. Wrapped up in a tackle. By Searle, and we'll have a ball up directly in front of the Penguin goal at 35 metres out. 128 plays 45 in favour of the Blues. The 2 Blues. Jackson, coach, goes to his teammate in Campbell on that left boot. Purton first there, gives it to Templeton. Does the across the body banana. And it's rushed through by Austin Perry. So third rush behind for the Penguin 2 Blues. Mason Brown will be kicking the ball in. Getting some direction from Perry. Sides to go long. Piercing kick. Finds Arnold. Mark not paid. Under pressure from O'Donnell. Turns it over to Little. Little's kick. Doesn't find its mark. It's taken by Barker. Play on. Uses that left boot. Over the top of Sheehan. He was pushed out according to the umpire. Looking for the free kick was Cody Bonner. Got a consternation on the boundary line. Sheehan goes up and under. Two Penguin players fight for the football. The bottom of the pack was House. Loses the footy, comes to Huxtable. Bonner this time's on the end of it in front of Sheehan. Morrison running past, not utilised. Has to play on. Kicks towards Jackson. Takes the mark against Brown. Brown looks a bit ginger after that marking contest. Jackson's kicks up and under. Over the top of Peters Chapman. And in front of Jake Templeton. Pushes off young Muhammad. Circular Head Saints. And goes over the boundary line. And Mackenzie Tyrrell will throw the ball back in for the players. Searle, tap, Brown. Wrapped up in a tackle. Jackson, the tackler. 130 plays 45. 85 points the difference. Over the shoulder was Purton and Davies. He goes quickly. Kwang. Pum Kwang. Opposite side of the ground. Kicks over the top of the head of our goal kicker and Lardner. They bring it back inside. There's Blakemore. Looking for Purton. Overruns the footy. Perry. Handballs taken by Purton. Gives it back to O'Donnell. Having a shot on goal, but that's going to be marked by Neop. Neop, the late addition today. You can see Elliott out by himself. Grandstand side. He's got time, he's got space. Doesn't have the skill. Peters Chapman and Morrison doing the work, getting it out to Huxtable. Back to Jackson. Peters Chapman. He has a shot on goal. Just this side of the woodwork. And it's one behind. Shows a bit, this young man. Carmichael Peters Chapman. So does Brown. That kick inside centre square. Jackson. Elliott. Barker. House goes without it. Brown does the work. Van Essen. Calm in a crisis. Out to O'Donnell. Morrison. Good fist there by Neop. Templeton keeps the ball in. Goes back. Handballs to himself or over to Purton. Back to Templeton. Wrapped up in a tackle. Gets the handball through to his coach. And Jackson, he snaps on goal. Goes across the face and through for another behind. It's his second for the day. With almost an out of bounds on the full when he had a set shot. 132 plays 45. 87 points. Brown. Sheehan. Davies. Hamill. Taken high by Thomas. Finds the target. But it's according to the umpire. Lardner gave away the free kick. It goes to Blakemore, holding. And not in possession. Little by hand. They move the football. Campbell now across half back. Uses his left. That's a good mark, I think. Goes to Kwang. Big boom. Doesn't go boom. Just transfers the ball inside. Mason Brown. This boy can go. Boom. Chooses not to. Goes back to Boom. This time he decides to go further afield. Hamill the target. Ball punched away by the two Blues defender. I'll have a boundary throw in. Top of the 50-metre arc for Circular Saints, far side of the ground. 132 plays 45. Two Blues. In front. Have a real stranglehold on this game. Effectively just playing out time now. We're almost 15 minutes into the last quarter. It's a lovely day here at Dial Park. No one able to clear. Byer asking for a free kick, and I think he's going to receive it. Inside forward 50. Kicking from, say, 45. Left-hand goal post is what he needs to be aiming for. That wing going across his left shoulder to his right. Not a bad looking kick. Impressive. That's his first. BK Byer. They move to 7-9-51, trailing Penguin 2 Blues 19-18, 132. But they've outscored the Penguin 2 Blues in the final quarter. They've kicked 3 to the solitary goal so far to the 2 Blues. Jackson takes the ball away after the ruckman combat. The centre square bounce. Morrison overruns the football. Barker goes back. Tackles Searle. Morrison in trouble by Jackson. Gets it to Purton. Purton releases back. Van Essen. Kick. Morrison going back with the flight of the football. Bit of courage in front of Brown. Takes the mark. His kick, not able to be taken. There by BK. Purton kicks forward, goes across the face of the goal, and will be another boundary throw-in. Advantage, 2 Blues. 132 plays 51. $81 points to the margin. Neop comes away from the congestion. Big kick to centre wing. Far side of the ground. Hamill up against Thomas. Ball still in play. And then across the boundary line. According to the umpire, we're going to get a boundary throw-in. 18 minutes gone, final quarter. 81 points the difference. 2 Blues in command. Saints have had a stronger last quarter. Good form by the 2 Blues in the last 3 weeks. It's going to see them host a final at least, if not possibly get the double chance. Ethan Jackson, the coach. And Brian Lane, the president, be happy at the back end of the season. I'm not sure they're going to get the double chance if Wynyard take out the chocolates. Or take the chocolates, I should say, from West Park against Bernie Dockers as the ball falls into the hands of the young man from the 2 Blues. Showing his potential today. and that is Carmichael Peters-Chapman. Kick came from Ethan Jackson, the coach. So he's going to be shooting for his third. He's kicked 2 goals, 2. Played across forward and centre wing position today. It's not a bad looking kick. Right over the top of the goal umpire's head, and that's his third for the day. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. They move to 20 goals, 18, 138. Leading circular head Saints 7-9-51. So second of the quarter for the Penguin 2 Blues. And they're going to be hosting the Burnie Dockers next week, as the Burnie Dockers have gone down to the Wynyard Cats at West Park today. 10-7-67. The Wynyard Cats, 9-4-58, the Burnie Dockers. So there's been some poor form by the Burnie Dockers in recent weeks. Had the opportunity to grab the double chance, and they've lost it. Devonport, Latrobe, and now Wynyard, 3 on the trot they've lost. Davies goes inside forward 50 for the Saints. Lardner by hand to Hamill. Hamill, has he finished truly? He has. Tried hard today, Jacob Hamill. And that's their fourth of the quarter. So there are some green shoots at circular head appearing. They've won 4. They've drawn 1. They could have won a couple more. As Grant Jackson said at half-time, they have the capacity to keep 80 to 90% of their list, plus a couple of additions under the tutelage of Liam Davies. He's done very well with regards to the style of play that he has introduced after coming from the TSL and then out at Longford in the NTFA to the Circular Head Footy Club. The proposition of finals is open for next year. Kick by Jackson goes forward. It's cut off. Oates. Byer. Elliott going inside. Teammate unable to take the mark. I think that was Hamill. The free kick has been awarded. And that'll be going to Johns. So Johns will receive the free kick. He'll be kicking slight angle just inside the 50-metre arc. So he'll be kicking from 48 metres. We're deep into the final quarter. Almost the 22.5-minute mark. 4 goals to the Saints in this final quarter to 2 by the Penguin Footy Club. So Johns, a bad-looking kicker, is not quite going to make the distance. Is that a mark? Yes, it is. It's going to Hamill. He wheels around onto his right. Good kick from the pocket. Across the body. That's his second. Both in the final quarter. Comes the leading goal kicker along with Lucas Lardner for the Circular Head Saints. That's their 5th for the quarter, and they move to 9 goals, 9-63. Well in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues. Have done enough in the first 3 quarters. 20 goals, 18, 138. $75 points to margins. The ball is taken away from the centre by Jamar Jackson. His kick inside forward 50. Fisted away by Blakemore. They mop up to the 2 Blues. Chain of handballs. O'Donnell overruns the footy. comes back. Wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says across the shoulder. And he will receive the free kick across half back. Spearing pass. Finds Searle. Searle looking for him, finding De Groot. Good strong mark. Waste no time, looking for Templeton. Over the back. Neop, play on. He's hurt too, Templeton. Neop's calling for the trainer. Jackson, the recipient of the kick by Neop. Goes further afield, finds Hamill. They've got opportunities here. Hamill, inside 450, good kick. Johns on the end. Good last quarter. It's in a bit of discomfort at Jack Templeton. Neop called for the trainer. Van Essen coming back on for Morrison, who looks a little bit ginger as they interchange. We're directly behind him. Cameron Johns. Kicked one in the second quarter. And this time it's gone across the face to the near side. So he's kicked 1 goal, 3 today. 1 goal, 3. Got some capability, the young man. 64 plays, 138. 74 points the margin. In favour of the 2 Blues. Ball centre wing position. We're going to have a ball up. 26 minutes just ticking over into the final term. A release by hands. Little wrapped up in a tackle. And Team Penguin 2 Blues. And we'll see another ball up right in front of the scoreboard. Where it's nice and sunny. Far side of the ground. Jackson. The kick there by Campbell's marked by Neop. Looking fresher as the game goes on is Neop. Comes to Davies. By foot, they're on here. Jackson, by hand. Oh, he didn't see his teammate, Lardner. Goes short, it's not 15. Elliott to Lardner. Lardner's kicked. Rove by Hamill. Across the body. Has it got there? There's the goal of the day. Late in the fourth and hits his third of the fourth term. The senior statesman, Jacob Hamill. Looking forward to seeing that on the social media pages later on in the week. 10-10-70. The Circular Head Saints, 68 points in arrears of the Penguin 2 Blues, 2018, 138. We're deep into the fourth quarter now. Leading goal kicker now goes to Jacob Hamill for the Circular Head Saints. 5-goal quarter. 6-goal quarter actually for the Circular Head Saints compared to 2 for the Penguin 2 Blues. They're at a standstill. They go again. Lardner over the top. Johns, I went without the footy. Blakemore gets it out to Pren. Marked by Smithton. Into Davies. Oh, he's going to Neop. Is he up to it? Oh, good. Oh, no, Mark's not paid. Play on. BK Byer. No one able to take the mark. O'Donnell feeds the handball. Blakemore loses it. Jamar Jackson has a shot on goal. Will it get there? Oh, it did. Wow, stirring last quarter by the Circular Head Saints. Jamar Jackson with his first for the day. That's their 7th. End over end. Didn't look great. we got the desired result. 11-10-76. They try the Circular Head Saints trail Penguin 2 Blues 2018 138. 62 points the margin. Out to Lardner, wrapped up in a tackle. Ball comes free. Purton looking for Templeton, drops the footy. Neop full of running now. Kick up and under, asking Boom to do a fair bit of work. Can't handle it as it comes down to Bonner. They're able to get rid of the football though. Campbell. Out to Van Essen. Brown, unable to take the mark. There he goes again. Neop by hand. House. BK Byer throws on the boot. Oh, good footwork. Utilisation there by Harry Dick. Transfers played, looking for Little. He's done a lot today. Blakemore can run. The fullback for the Two Blues. Looking for Peters car. Chapman drops the mark, butters up, loses possession, comes out to Lardner, finds Tommy Charles, half back in front of the interchange for the Circular Head Saints. He's got House out here, ignores him, goes inboard, finds Mohammed, goes back to Tommy Charles. Oh, he just gets there, lumbers after it, made no forward distance, goes short. Finds BK Byer. Oh, risky kick. Purton chops it off. Campbell. Inside. Peters Chapman. Brown can play on and kick a goal. Chooses not to. And we'll take the set shot. Younger brother of Ben Brown. Former North Melbourne and Melbourne. Plays on, gives it to Jack Templeton. He shoots for goal. And he's kicked his 7th. So 7 goals now to Jack Templeton. Goes back out to 68 points. 21-18, 144. The Penguin 2 Blues, 11-10-76. Third goal of the term for the Penguin 2 Blues. Poor marking there by the Circular Head Saints. Coming up to 32.5 minutes. 11 goals kicked, 10 goals kicked this quarter. BK Byer giving away the free kick. Jake de Groot will receive it for not being in possession. Handball still running. Lockie Blakemore. Come on, Mr. Arnold. You're knowing that he's going to be doing that. Need to be with him. Boom Kawang on the far side of the ground. Mops up for Circular Head. His kick misses the target in Charles. Blakemore after it. Pren inside. Gets it back. Wrapped up in a tackle by Davies and company. Ball up will be the results in our forward for the Penguin 2 Blues. Brown goes up against BK Byer. De Groot from a standing start. It's up and under. Punch by Circular Head defence. That in Barker. Kick by Templeton. It's a poor one's out of bounds on the full. Free kick will go to Mason Brown. Waste no time. Far side of the ground. Perry. BK Byer. That's all she wants, ladies and gentlemen. 21-18, 144. The Penguin 2 Blues defeat the Circular Head Saints with a 7-goal last quarter, 11-10, 76. 68 points, the margin here at the Dial Park Regional Sports Complex at Penguin. Goal kickers today for the Circular Head Saints. 3 goals to Jacob Hamill, all in the last quarter, 2 to Lucas Lardner, and singles going to Cameron Johns, BK Byer, Hamish Arnold, Jamar Jackson, Yor, Nyan Jock, and Brock House. For the Penguin men, led by their full forward, Jack Templeton. He kicked 7 last time the two teams met. It was 6. He kicked 1. He kicked 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. 3 goals to both Carmichael Peters Chapman, the young man, number 19, and also Tommy Searle. And Will Huxtable came up with 2 along with Warwick Purton. Single goal kickers were Robbie Morrison, Jake DeGroot, Clayton Campbell, Jay Van Essen for the Penguin 2 Blues. Better players for the Circular Head men today. It's noted out that Mason Brown is going to be somewhat of a player, and his mobile, can play forward and back, key position. Jacob Hamill was pretty strong throughout the course of today's proceedings. Skill let him down a little bit, I think, those weary legs, but he had a moment in that last quarter where he kicked 3 goals. So 3 goals, 1 to Jacob Hamill. Jamar Jackson was reasonably good. There's some green shoots there with Hamish Arnold. You can see that through the young man. Also doing well towards the back end of the game was Mr. Neop, even though he was soundly beaten by Jack Templeton today with the 7 goals. Look forward to seeing what they can produce in season 2020-26 under the tutelage of Liam Davies. We heard from the president earlier on today at half-time, Mr. Grant Jackson. For the Penguin 2 Blues, they're going to be hosting a final next week. That's going to be against the Burnie Dockers. It'll be here at Dial Park Regional Sports Complex. They'll be pretty happy. They've had 3 wins on the trot. They're showing some good form, as opposed to the Dockers that have lost the last 3 leading into the final series. So Coach Ethan Jackson will be pretty happy with that. He's a former Burnie Docker, and Smithton Saint himself is Ethan Jackson. So it'll be interesting to see what he will be able to do from a strategy point of view against the Burnie Dockers next week. But today, excellent with regards to what they implemented. As we see, I think there might be Jacob Hamill being chaired off the ground for the Circular Head Saints. It is indeed, so it might be the last game for Jacob Hamill. Also being chaired off the ground today, Jack Templeton. Milestone for Jack today. So congratulations to Jack. Also the leading goal kicker for the Penguin 2 Blues in this season. For the Penguin men, obviously Jack Templeton with 7 goals, 5 today, had plenty of the football. Ethan Jackson, the coach, very good across half-back or full-back. Lockie Blakemore providing that run. Someone that bobbed up throughout the course of today's proceedings was definitely Jake DeGroot. Clayton Campbell's use of the football by that left boot was very good. Warwick Purton, good 4-quarter performer, in particular early in the game, really showed what the 2 Blues are capable of, both in and around the contest, but also with his ball use. This young man I really like. Carmichael Peters Chapman kicked 3 goals, 2 today. He looks like a player. Then you could go through a number of the others. Cameron Brown through the centre. Joshy Pren, Jalen Farrelly. They're looking pretty strong. Connor Plunkett. Jay Van Essen today, however, was their best player. And that was the captain leading from the front. And he also kicked 1 goal, 1. We look forward to next week for the elimination final, where we will find Penguin hosting the Burnie Dockers. And that will be brought to us by Harcourt. So quick final wrap-up of the scores around the grounds in today's fixtures. At East Devonport, it was La Trobe, 21-12, 138, defeating East Devonport 6-7-43 at Girdleston Park. As I mentioned, Wynyard, 10-7-67. They've got the chocolates, and they will wrap up 3rd position. They defeated the Burnie Dockers 9-4-58. So Wynyard will be going to Ulverston next week in the opportunity to take on the Devonport Magpies the following week. So it'll be interesting to see how the Robins go after being demoralised today against Devonport. Devonport, 20 goals, 17, 137 against the Ulverston Robins, 7-7, 49. So they've lost a couple on the trot now, the Ulverston Robins, leading into the finals. And as I mentioned here from the Dole Park Regional Sports Complex, the Penguin 2 Blues, too strong for the Circular Head Saints, 21-18, 144. Circular Head Saints 11-10, 76, 68-point margin here from the Dole Park Regional Sports Complex. A big thank you to Jackson Motors Company for their support of the NWFL live season for the senior men, AFL Tas live stream. We look forward to your company again next Saturday and Sunday for both the women's and the men's matches, live from the Northwest on AFL Tas live stream. Big thank you to Jai on the camera here today, and also to Ash down in the bunker in Hobart. On behalf of AFL Tas, Xavier Williams signing off from Dial Park. We look forward to seeing you next week.